Right now, you're seeing only 10% of my screen. And that's exactly how most business owners are using ChatGPT. They open it, they type something like, help me write a reply to this angry customer, and paste in the angry customer's mail. They get a long wall of text that they have to read through, so all of a sudden you become the chief editing officer of robotic bullshit. But what if your output was perfect every time? Wouldn't that be amazing? In this video, I'm going to show you the other 90%. How to turn ChatGPT into your business HQ that knows everything about your business. How to make it your coach that understands your goals, your constraints, and can really help you make better decisions. And how to plug in your real work so that you actually save hours and get smarter to do the most value-adding things. No code, no complicated tech tools. Let's go. Let's start with your foundation, setting up your business headquarters. So ChatGPT stops feeling generic and starts feeling like it's part of your team. So the first thing we're going to do is to stop using random one-off chats when it comes to your business. We're going to build a business HQ project. Think of it like a smart folder. My recommendation is for the business that you run, create one dedicated project. Let me show you how. To get started, you're going to click on New Project on ChatGPT. Then you're going to give your project a name. In this case, I'm going to call it YouTube Moonrise Health. So Moonrise Health is the name of my company. So you can pick a category, obviously. So once you've given your project a name, you're going to click on Create Project. And this is your start of your smart folder. Now over here on the right, you see that there's something called Add Files. And that's what we're going to start doing. What I recommend you to do is to really think hard on where your files are. In this case, for this example, I'm going to use my website, and I'm going to take all the pages of my website over here. There are about 20 different pages, and I'm going to put that in a document. I've already prepared this here for this video. Now you can see that in this long Google Doc, there are a lot of images, there's a lot of rich media text, and you don't want things like this because the LLM uses a lot more tokens to process this, and it might start jumbling your output. So what I suggest you to do is to come to ChatGPT again, and here you're going to say, you're my assistant who helps train my LLM with the right data. Here's a data dump from my website, which you've downloaded from your Google Docs in a PDF in this case, and I plan to use this as my knowledge base for this project feature. Keep all information from the site, but remove images, flatten it up so it's easy for the LLM to retrieve this fast. And once you do that, you get a Markdown version. A Markdown version is basically keeping all the important information, but making it easy for the LLM to read and access and retrieve faster so that there are no delays for you. Now, once you have this Markdown document, what you do is to come back into your ChatGPT, and you're going to click on Add Files, and you're going to add the Markdown document. Now, you can add as many project files as you like. What ChatGPT has launched recently is you can connect your Microsoft OneDrive and your Google Drive automatically into ChatGPT. This means that as you keep updating a folder within your knowledge base in your Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, ChatGPT is updated automatically. Now, once you have the project, I really recommend you to use my CEO framework to prompt. If you've not watched my video on the CEO framework, I'll link it up here. With just a simple setup, now every chat inside this project knows who you're selling to, what you sell, how you sell it, and where you are as a business today. That's your business HQ. And it's the base from which we will build the rest of this video. You've got two ways to teach GPT about your business. Number one is what we saw, the projects. Number two is called Custom GPTs. Here's how I think about it. Projects are perfect for your own workspace. It's great for organizing all the context and files in one place. It's easy to use for different types of tasks, whether it's emails, planning, social media posts, whatever you have it. It's simple to share your project with your teammates so everybody has this shared one brain. The downside of a project, it's more like an internal HQ, and it's ideal to be a generalist teammate that can answer questions across functions. On the other hand, custom GPTs are perfect for single purpose tasks that you keep doing repetitively. You create an email newsletter every week. I recommend using a custom GPT that would create your perfect email, remind you to create that email every week. These are perfectly suited if the job is narrow and well defined. My recommendation is use projects as your business HQ, the place where your files and your intelligence lives. The project has context and has long-term memory, and you can keep working with it across different functions. Let's go on to the next part of the video, where we're going to add a coach, a planner custom GPT that I'll create from scratch with you that helps you plan and follow up, and a smart analyst that can look at notes, messy processes, and help you really save time. Most founders I know, including myself, have very big goals, but a lot of us have no structure, and very few people besides us understand the full vision that we're going after. These are not just business targets, but these are your family life, your health, your travel ideas, how you want to spend your time, and a brain that never really shuts off. This is where we build what I call the master life prompt that turns ChatGPT into your fantastic personal coach. The mini version of this master life prompt is this prompt, which is based on a chat history. Tell me something about myself that I don't know, and be honest, keep it simple, and you'll be surprised by the quality of the answer that ChatGPT gives you. But to really construct a master life prompt that actually works, you need to spend a little bit of time either giving it more information or using your chat chat history to help it summarize this information. So here is my suggestion. Based on our chat history, please help me answer the below questions for me to create a project called my second brain within ChatGPT. I want this to have files or documents that can help the LLM understand my deeper fears, wishes, dreams, frustrations, mistakes, common thinking patterns that lead to suboptimal outputs, and in general unknown unknowns that I wish I can avoid. Isn't this amazing? ChatGPT can help you see around the corner when you don't see it yourself. And then you explain the objective of this document, which is to help you, the human, make better decisions. Once you give this prompt, you will see that ChatGPT gets a lot of things right over here. It takes you through who I am, what are my core motivations, dreams, and values, what are major lessons and regrets so we don't repeat them, what are my strengths, let's use them, what are my insecurities, what are my recurring frustrations, what are my common thinking patterns and traps, what are too many parallel projects going on, which is true, and what are the unknown unknowns I want to avoid, and how I want you to coach me. This is interesting because a lot of times when you give ChatGPT an idea, it just says, great idea, let's go, right? You really want it to be your best critic. Now, once you have this fantastic document, what you're going to do is to make it a PDF. So now that I have my master life prompt as a PDF, remember that I told you that projects are containers that have all the context memory living in that container. But what if you want two projects to work with each other? So in this case, let's say you have a coach, which is a project, and you have your business, which is your business HQ. Let's say you want the coach to access the files from business HQ. You can do that in ChatGPT today. You click on the project that you want to share data with. You click on the three dots over here. You click on project settings and you click on this gear icon. And here you have a setting called default, which is the project can access memories from outside chats and vice versa. So when you have that set up, what that means is that the strategy coach can look at your chats from your business HQ, which is fantastic because now you can take your personal coaching and the business coaching and combine it into one. Now let's put this to the test. Here's a classic founder dilemma. It's very easy to get conflicting advices on how to grow your business. One video says post every day, quantity matters, and the other video says do fewer things and do them really well. So you end up with conflicting advice, a bunch of saved screenshots, and no real business decisions. You're going to help your GPT help you make a better decision. Let me show you. So let's put the strategy coach to test. Here's a real world conundrum that I have. At Moonrise, we get more than 50 qualified women that want to work with us on a daily basis. But our first product is pretty expensive, meaning the conversion from these 50 leads every day to actual paying customers is pretty low. So I'm going to see what the GPT coach answers and how it resonates. So for this example, I'm giving it all my data from my different prospecting tools, from my different member tools as CSVs. And I've given it a prompt asking it to help me make up my mind. Then at the end, I'm giving it a magic sentence, which is lay out both the options clearly and then tell me what you would pick and why, then argue against your own recommendation. Then at the end, I'm giving it some interesting instructions. So watch this. I'm going to say, tell me why you'd pick what option and explain why, then argue against your own recommendation and show me how it could go wrong. We're really making it think like a critical thinking partner over here. So now you see the result. It says, I'm going to give you a brutally honest co-founder voice that you've hired me for. It's a lot of text, I agree. It takes me through option A and it takes me through option B. And now I've gotten a clear advice. Don't do a cheap tripwire product, just go all in on option A, which might be true actually. I'm leaning towards that. I get 3 actions for the next 7 days. So I get a wonderful recommendation at the end, but I also get how it's thought through the decision, which is what you're not seeing, your blind spots, arguing against its own recommendation on why option A could go wrong, and explaining how it would pick, right? This is fantastic advice. It takes some time for me to go through it, but it's really done the work. Now, bear in mind that in a project setting, you can have different types of GPT models. So in this case, I'd probably go for the thinking model because that's what the coach needs to do for you. So now in your setup, you've got a business HQ that understands your business completely, a CEO strategy coach that understands not just your business, but also you, and is not afraid to disagree with you and helps you untangle big decisions in your life. Next, we're going to plug in the part that most founders struggle with, and that's your calendar, your meetings, and your follow-ups. Did you know that ChatGPT can remind you to do things? So it can double up to be your intern, your coach, and take on specialist roles too. Let me show you how. So we're going to create a simple loop. So every evening, ChatGPT is going to remind you to upload a screenshot of the meetings you're going to have the next day or the upcoming week. It's going to ask you for notes from the meetings you've had during the day so it can help you create follow-ups. To do this, we're going to create a custom GPT. We're not going to use a project. We're going to use a custom GPT. Why? Because this is a task you wanted to do repetitively without fail. You wanted to remind you, and most importantly, it's a pretty narrow task that it has to do again and again. You're going to click on create on the top right over here, and then you're going to paste in my prompt, which is you're my proactive daily brief and follow-up assistant. I'm a busy business owner. I will open you in the evening. Every time I open you, you should first ask me to upload or paste tomorrow's calendar, then ask if I have any notes from today's meetings, and then I ask it to summarize what it needs to do. Now, when you do that, ChatGPT starts thinking, and now it's starting to build a custom GPT, a custom little agent for you for this task. task. It asks you to pick a name for your agent, and it suggests daily brief assistant. Sounds great to me. It's going to create a profile picture to represent a daily brief assistant. Then ChatGPT asks you to customize your custom GPT. Great, now your GPT is ready for you to go. And over here under the configure tab, you can see that ChatGPT has taken all your input and made it into instructions over here. You have conversation starters that can help your users understand how to get started. You can upload files and make it really sharp. You can decide if you want to use a particular type of model. In this case, I usually take GPT 5.1 instant or GPT 5.1 at the time of this video. That kind of does the job. You can also decide if you wanted to analyze code and things like that. In this example, it's not necessary. And you can also create new action. If you want to add some more smartness to your GPT, you can connect this to other tools that you use with an API endpoint, and you can add the API schema over here. Since this is a no-code channel, I'm going to avoid it, but if you're interested, comment below and I'm happy to guide you. With a few simple clicks, you've created your own agent that is going to do this job day in and day out. So now that your custom GPT is up and running, and I've showed you how to set up reminders so you get reminded to do the job, let me show you an example. In this case, I'm going to copy paste the meetings I've had from my day to day, and I'm going to ask you to write a summarized follow-up email. And you can see I just copy pasted really rough notes from all my meetings. You can get this from a transcripting service, or if you just write them down after your meeting, and boom, I start getting follow-up messages that are ready to send. So now you know how to follow up with them. Let's say tomorrow you have meetings that you want to prepare for. So you take a screenshot of your calendar and you're going to say, help me prepare and research my meetings for tomorrow, right? You don't even have to do this because it's already there in the custom GPT prompt, but I'm giving it some extra clarity since you just asked it to do another job before. Now it summarizes your schedule, which is pretty nice. And then it tells you who you're meeting. I'm meeting Anton from Lovable, and it's going to take me through what are the things I should not forget, and so on. So when I upload my calendar and I ask it to research the guys I'm going to meet tomorrow, you can see I get a nice photo of the guy I'm going to meet tomorrow. I get key facts. What are the implications and talking points for my lunch, and key things not to forget. Same with Nicholas that I'm going to meet, and so on, right? So all of a sudden, you go from being unprepared and winging it in the meeting to being pretty nicely prepared because you spent extra 2 minutes giving your custom GPT a screenshot of your calendar. Isn't it amazing? So with one custom GPT that is very easy to create and get started, you moved from my days just happened to me to closing each day out properly, knowing what to send as follow-ups, and you're ready to mentally step into tomorrow prepared, not surprised. All right, let's zoom out for a second. You started this video, maybe you're opening up a blank ChatGPT window and maybe gave it a prompt like write a blog post for my business and thought AI was overrated. You are not wrong. What we've actually built in this video. Number one, you've set up a business HQ with projects. So ChatGPT actually knows your offers, your customers, your positioning, your value proposition, and so on. You understood when to use custom GPTs versus projects. So your projects is your master brain, while custom GPTs are your little specialists. You've created a life and CEO coach that knows your goals, your constraints, and your challenges, and is trained to challenge you, not just to agree with you. You know how to build a proactive daily brief assistant that helps you prepare for tomorrow with just a simple screenshot from your calendar. You've learned how to design a strategy coach that helps you see around the corner. This is not a chatbot anymore. This is the beginning of a team around you. Start today. Create one business project HQ for your business or for your side project that you're working on. And this week, pick one problem that seems to affect you the most and build a tiny workflow with GPT as I've shown you in this video to tackle that. That's it. One HQ, one problem, one workflow. Let's go. Looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.